Hello, all viewers and listeners. Welcome to another episode of Pathways to the Ivies. Today, on our episode, we have the beautiful Ananya, the co founder and CEO of Sort My Prep. Ananya has studied from India's number one liberal arts college and worked as an investment banker before starting Sort My Prep. Sort My Prep is backed by Google, NVIDIA. OpenAI focuses on improving learning outcomes in IB and IGCSE through personalized learning. Ananya, welcome to the Pathways to the Ivies. So happy to have you over. How's it going for you?
It's going super well. Thank you for having me, Rima. I'm super excited to be here and having this conversation with you.
Perfect. And I admire the fact that you're so young and you started something of your own. And that's kind of incredible. I am in great awe of entrepreneurs generally, but entrepreneurs that are women, is a different kind of high. So, congratulations on starting early and hopefully Sort My Prep becomes like a great success.
Yep.
Awesome. So, for all the people who've never heard of it, what exactly is Sort My Prep? Who's it for? What's the website? Can you just kind of go about telling our viewers and listeners what it is?
Yeah, sure. So, Sort My Prep is built for students in grades 8 to 12 who are studying the international curriculum, right? So, these are kids who are studying in IB and Cambridge. And obviously, while it's built for all students, it was made keeping in mind the student who goes home every day thinking that, oh, I'm always behind my peer, my friend in class, right? They're doing so much better than me. What am I lacking? What do I need to get the grade? And thinking that oh they don't have access to the support system that will actually help them get to an Ivy League college, right? Everyone knows that grades are the first filter, and if you don't have that, it obviously impacts confidence. So, Sort My Prep was made keeping in mind that learner and that student, so that everyone I think has an equal opportunity and an equal chance to getting where they want to be.
Awesome. So, just this is just for my clarity and also for the viewers' clarity. Is Sort My Prep an app? Is it a website? Is it self-paced learning? If you can just kind of tell us a little bit more, I think it'll give the viewers and listeners a better idea of what exactly is Sort My Prep.
Yeah, so Sort My Prep is it's an online learning platform, right? So as a student, you obviously get access to all past papers, all topic-wise solutions. But I think the key offering, the key offering is that we give personalized and adaptive learning. So say you're a student, right? You're practicing past papers. You don't understand something. Now you either go to a tutor or you go to your friend. That's not always available. There's always the fear of judgment, right? So you can ask and interact with a personalized AI tutor, Sorty. You can ask it any question, explains things to you the way you want to learn it. And then obviously you have access to an unlimited personalized exam builder. So you can keep generating new exam style questions the way you learn based on your weaknesses and your strengths. And all of this gets tracked over time. So I know exactly where I'm weak, where I'm strong, and the platform tells you what to study to get to your target grade.
Oh, nice. So it is also backed with data analytics,
Yeah.
you can three. Oh, that's awesome. I think it's a great learning management tool, and I'm sure the kids would kind of find it very useful. So, why Sort My Prep education? Was there a specific moment where you went from someone has to fix this? Like it's such a I know there are many learning management systems since I work in this industry, but what kind of got you at such an early stage to do this?
So the reason behind Sort My Prep is actually quite personal, right? All three of us, which is me and my co-founders, we all studied the international curriculum. We all did IB Cambridge, and we all did end up getting a 42s and 43s. I think we all had a very different experience while studying, right? All of us sort of struggled within the academic system that was built for the IB. Everyone knows it's a very confusing curriculum. The access to resources is very scarce. Tutors who know exactly how to teach are also not very common, right? So I'll just speak about myself. I'll speak of like personal learning. I'm neurodivergent, right? And I didn't know this in school. So I would basically go to school and I'd always been at the top of my class, but I would always have to put in like double the amount of work. So I would see my friends put in like 4 hours of work and I had to put in 8 hours to study the same thing. And I would probably not even retain anything by the end of it. I would do the same thing over and over again. And I obviously thought that I was dumb. I was like, why is he being able to do it so much faster than me, right? And this obviously impacted confidence. So I would then refrain from asking questions in class because of the fear of judgment. And obviously, confidence is one thing, but I think the bigger issue that it manifested too was the fundamental gaps in my learning, right? I did not know how to. I didn't understand the base concepts of many topics, and it obviously impacted grades and stuff like that. So I had to work doubly hard to get where I wanted to be. And I think it's very easy for people to say that, oh, just sit with your teacher after school, get a tutor, sit with your parents, sit with your friends, right? But I think what people don't understand is that when teachers are teaching 30 to 40 kids, they don't have the bandwidth to sit with you after school, to sit and tell you, oh, this is what you need to do to sit and answer my like 10 questions 100 times, right? And I think, and if I go to a friend and just like, bro, it's so easy, just why are you not getting it? So I think that's initially what we thought was, oh, it was just access to the resources, like number of practice questions. But when we spoke to like 300 kids, and we realized that obviously this is a problem, but the deeper issue lies in a personalized support system, which is why the entire idea for personalized learning and the correct access to resources came about, and then that's how Sort My Prep was born.
Oh, awesome, awesome. So I like the idea that, it is like you are one of those 300 students who not only faced the problem but decided to solve it. And, then you came up with this platform. And, have you tested it on more people using it? Like, I'm sure you have, but what's people's general feedback when they use it? Do they find it useful? Do they use that as an aid on top of tutoring? How does that work?
So we actually ran a beta. So we have 10,000 kids on the platform today, right? So we ran a beta over 11-week period, and we saw that student outcomes improved by an average of 2 grade points, right? Which is if kids study once, spend like 4 hours a week on the platform, they improve by 2 grade points. And obviously, core feedback was that, oh my god, this has like saved me like 3 hours a day while studying. I don't have to look for resources anymore. Everything is just given to me. But when we actually like sat with these students and saw how they were using the platform, maximum time was spent with Sorti, which is our AI tutor, right? They were asking, so many kids were asking the same question over and over again, saying, "Oh, I don't understand this. Please explain it to me better." Like, but why this? But why that? Right? So I think that our core learning was obviously that personalization is a big gap, and that's what we're doubling down on as well on the platform. So as a student, the questions that you get to solve, you'll obviously get all past papers and stuff like that, but you'll get access to questions that are tailored to you and your gaps in your learning, which are all obviously based on like past paper questions and questions made by like with all our tutors that we work with, right? So I think, yeah, kids are enjoying the personalized part of it, but they also like the fact that they just have to come to one place to study, and it tells them what to do. There is no decisions being made in where do I go, what do I study today.
It's good. You are actually saving the decision making time. Should I do this? Should I do that? Just go in, log in, see what your areas of challenges are, see the proposed drills, and you're good to go. So that's great. I also wanted to check, and like I was just curious that just at the onset you were able to get back with Google, Nvidia. How was that? Like, did you approach people? Did these people approach you? I know they frequently support startups, but how did that work? Again, this is a question more from the perspective of students who wish to do this at one point in time in terms of entrepreneurship. So I thought I'll just put it out there before we get on with the other parts.
Yeah, so I think that so with Google, we approach Google. So for context, with Pilani, which is one of India's like best engineering colleges, they're a shareholder of SoftMy Prep, right? And they work very closely with Google for startups. So once they invested in us, they obviously made the referral to Google for startups, saying, "Hey, look, they're using AI extensively, they're using your products extensively. Have a chat with them." And then was obviously the entire interview process, etc. But with OpenAI, I think the minute we advertise that, hey, we're incubated by Google for startups, OpenAI is are the ones that came to us saying, okay, cool. Like, we would also like to incubate you. We like what you're doing with personalized learning. We're also trying to do the same thing, right? Obviously, they are focusing in India on the Indian curriculums, but we like what you're doing with personalized learning. Education is a big like focus area for us, so we would like to back you, right? So OpenAI came through like that, and NVIDIA, they run an Inception program. We obviously applied, went through the entire application process. We spoke to like gave a bunch of like interviews, and by then we had already had OpenAI and Google for startups, so it obviously made a big difference in getting the NVIDIA acceptance.
But that's good to know. Yeah. I mean, the fact that so many big brands are invested in you in itself shows a lot of confidence to the viewers and listeners. It should be a great platform. So perfect. Now, the third question is everybody today is just talking about AI. Okay. So AI in applications, AI in tutoring, AI in whatever. Like wherever you see, there's only AI. So, what does the AI in Sort My Prep actually do that matters? Like, I mean, is it like, for example, why could I not take a kind of problem that I am struggling with, put it on Chat GPT and try to generate more problems like that? How is Sort My Prep different than using a regular Chat GPT or any of Claude, whatever, all of these, Gemini, any of these products?
So I think that's a very fair question, right? We also get that a lot from like our investors, like initially. It's a very fair question. I think there are two parts to it that I would want to address. One, I think a common misconception is that Sort My Prep's offering is AI. Our offering is personalized and adaptive learning, which is made possible through AI, right? So I think that is a very big like co-differentiator. One is and the biggest thing is LLM accuracy. So if you see all general LLMs, right, where you look at GPT, Gemini, Claude, no matter how good they are, how accurate they are, they're general LLMs. So they are trained on all the data in the world, right? So if I'm studying, say, IB math, right, and I ask Chat GPT how to solve a question, it'll probably give me the correct approach to solving it, but it'll not be an IB specific approach. It'll not be a mark scheme aligned. It'll not be like answering the command term exactly the way an IB examiner expects it, right? And I think that is where most students lose marks anyway, right? If I'm studying, for example, writing an eco answer, as an IB examiner, I know what I want difference to be between like describe and explain. But ChatGPT doesn't have the IB context to guide you through that learning. And I think that is where the core difference lies, because ours is a private AI model and it's trained on about 10 lakh data points, which is like IB and Cambridge questions. So all it knows is these two curriculums, right? So it cannot tell you anything else. So the way it guides you, the way it teaches you is extremely mark scheme aligned, is extremely like curriculum aligned, right? And I think the second is Sorti, or AI tutor. It learns how you study, it learns how you speak, it learns where you're lacking, right? Across subjects. So say I'm in grade 11, right? I'm studying calculus, I'm doing AAHL, but Sorti knows that in grade 9 in IGCSE or in MYP, my calculus was weak and chain rule was weak, which is why I'm struggling with questions in grade 11, right? And it'll explain things to me with that context, saying that, okay, if your grade 9 questions concepts are not clear, how are you going to be able to solve grade 11 questions, right? So it'll explain things to you in that way. And I think that is a very like long-term context basically is what the technical term for it is. I think that is a very core differentiator. And then obviously you have everything in one place. Your teacher can assign questions to you on Sort My Prep. They can grade your questions on Sort My Prep. All of that happens in one click versus me having to go to like Chat GPT, upload mark schemes, upload questions, and then say that, oh, like this is incorrect, this is wrong, tell me how to do it, right? You just have to do one click, tell Sorty that I want to study this today, and tell you what to do, how to do, and everything is sorted for you.
Awesome. So I like the idea, of how personalized it is. Also, like, think of this as your tutor, only your personal tutor. So let's say you have this tutor that you're using for math in grade 9, and then using the same tutor for grade 10. The tutor already has an established rapport and knows this is what you like, this is what you don't like, these are
Exactly.
the kinds of questions you struggle with. And when they're teaching the grade 10 concept, that's possibly based on one of the grade 9 concepts that you were struggling with, as you rightly said. They would keep that in mind and tailor your learning speed or the kind of questions. So you're this in very similarly, unlike ChatGPT, where it could be more generalized, again keeping other data points in mind as well as your learning objectives and speeds and deficiencies in mind. It can tailor your learning to your what you really want. So I think that's really really cool. Did I summarize that well?
Yeah, you did, right? And it becomes a one-stop solution for everything. I don't have to leave sort my prep to do well on my exam. Like I go there and I'm sorted. So
You're done. Perfect. Perfect. Sounds
yeah.
good. Okay, so the fifth question that I'd like to ask is teachers usually are the ones who are threatened by AI. How are they reacting to yours? And I get this a lot of times, okay? I run an SAT institute, and a lot of people tell me, hey, why don't you have AI avatars teaching? Or like you can offer that as a low end collateral to people of, like whatever, like one could be AI avatars and one could be live people teaching. So how are you reacting to this entire scenario?
So again, I think this is a multifaceted question. One thing, the thing is right, like the teachers that are being threatened by AI are the ones that are not using it correctly. So we work with over 1,000 tutors, right? Some of them, most of them already started implementing the Sort My Prep AI workflow into the teaching. So for context, as a teacher, you can generate personalized questions, assign them, grade them, and track performance over time. So instead of you having to do it manually, like what you would do right now, send it over email or WhatsApp to a student, to a parent, all of that happens on the Sort My Prep teachers portal, right? So for us, we take the teacher along with us in the student's learning journey, because I don't believe, obviously, the way students interact with teachers is going to change for sure, but I do not believe that teachers will be taken away as a whole, right? Teachers will always exist as mentors. Teachers will always exist to guide the student. AI then just becomes a learning aid and a teaching aid for the teacher to guide the student a bit better, right? Now, for example, you're teaching a kid, right? At 11 p.m. when the kid has a doubt, you are probably not going to reply, or you will reply because, or obviously they're your student, but there's a very high likelihood of you missing the message. What does a kid do then, right? How do they get the doubt answered? They go to YouTube, they ask their friends, they ask their parents. Essentially, what Sorty does is it takes over that extra. It takes over your role when you're not present, because who's going to answer my doubt, right? But as a student, I will always need to go to a teacher before an exam. I need to see my teacher's face and be like, I don't know what I'm doing, like help me out, right? And then you are the one that like guides them and mentors them through the entire process. So I think that you will never replace a teacher, and teachers know that you will never replace them. Sort My Purpose, I think, helps them obviously save time. So our teachers save over like 2.5 hours a day, right? So that cognitive workload then either goes towards teaching more students, which then has a direct revenue impact, or then improving and pouring more into the current students, right? So it helps them improve their teaching and not like replace them essentially.
Awesome. And I also feel that, since Sort My Prep is a learning management platform, so far, you don't have any pre recorded videos or anything, right? It's just quizzes. So the teachers can actually use that as a roadmap to have students get a better score, to kind of
Exactly.
get their game up. But there is no way it's replacing the way they teach, that personal touch that
Exactly.
is there, which I also personally feel is not going away anywhere. Like any AI model, any LLM can
Not
come
possible,
along.
yeah.
I don't think it's replacing tutors anytime soon. Like, it's something that requires that personal touch. So,
Exactly.
but it's good to know, and that ways a lot of tutors also who are watching this can use this platform to generate IB content for their student, by the student, right? And use this as a learning aid more than as like, hey, this is in and I'm out. That's not
Exactly.
what the objective is. So yeah,
Exactly.
um, good to know. Can you tell me a little bit more about your results? Like, how are the results? Do you track them? Have you seen any students kind of go up by a couple of points when they use Sort My Prep?
Yeah. So tangentially, we are seeing that students see an average grade, 2 grade point improvement in 11-week period when they spend about 4 hours a week on one subject on the platform, right? So these are the more tangible results that we've seen students improve in the personalized insights. But I think the I think the deeper impact and the more longer term impact over here that we've seen when we've done like testing with the students, right? Taken surveys before and after. I think a core difference that has come out is that students are feeling confident and are not feeling as nervous and stressed about an exam as they would before they use Sort My Prep. So we did like a survey, right? Like, okay, how do you feel before an exam, before a math exam? And 99%, the most common word used in the survey actually was that I'm stressed, I'm scared, and I don't know what to do, and I don't think I can perform. Like, I've studied, but I don't think I'm going to do well. And the minute you don't think you're going to do well, you've lost half the game there, right? Then a tough question comes in the paper, and like you blank out. But after, when we did the after survey, we saw that kids have said that I was actually calmer. I felt more confident in solving the questions because obviously the fundamental concepts were cleared by Sorty because they asked it so many times. We had kids. I saw like a girl had asked Sorty that explain this to me like Harry Styles would sing it in a song, right? And it was like these are like different ways, right? That kids are like they want to learn, but there's no access to learning platforms like this. So I think this just helps students reduce the barrier between like doing well and their fear of exams. So obviously, tangentially, grade points are improving, but on a deeper level, students are becoming more confident. They are learning to trust themselves in an exam, and I think that is what is more important.
Absolutely. And I think, I mean, I'm nobody, but there should be quizzes also to kind of embed and see people's confidence. How confident were you before you started Sort My Prep, and
Yeah,
how confident are you
100.
after you started, Sort My Prep, and you're probably able to kind of track that metric as well. And I think even if you're not, like, let's say you don't get the score right for whatever reason, because see, on the day of the exam your mindset is everything. You
Everything.
could be very well prepared and screw up the exam, right? Or you could be like not that great prepared, and you might be in a great mental shape. But if you just feel confident, as you said, half your battle's won. And if Sort My Prep can actually help there, I think it will take the student a long way in terms of saying, hey, I feel confident enough to just go ahead and take this exam. That's all
Exactly.
that is there. Rest, I think, will follow. So good job over there, and good to see that. um, do you remember the first time a student actually told you it actually worked? What did they say? Like, I mean, did they write to you, text you? Because it's an app, and obviously you are the co-founder. So how did that work?
Yeah, so I do remember actually the first time that a student told us it worked. So when we started, right, we started like a student community where we share like free resources. So these are like academic resources. Now this summer, obviously, we share like EEIA resources, college like how to strengthen your college applications, SAT prep resources, all of that, right? So we have about 800 kids in the community. A bunch of them are from like I think we have like 30 kids from like 30 countries, right, on there. The first time that a kid reached out to us and told me it worked was a kid from Singapore. He's from Tanglin Trust School. And I remember he was one of our early users. Like on the second day of our launch, he had registered, and like we could see that he's using the platform and he's studying for ad math, IGCSE ad math, right? And we could see that he's performing like consistently well. Like he's doing like really well on the exam. So when like obviously we spoke to him, we said that okay, cool. Like how's the platform been? Like how is it helping you? He's His answer actually gave me like an insight that I hadn't thought about. So this is a straight A student. This is someone who gets like eight A stars consistently. And he said that what made the biggest difference to him was that, again, right, like he could ask any questions to Sorty, get an answer immediately, and he could ask the same question an unlimited number of times. And he also said that the way the solutions were broken down. So the way the solutions are broken down on a platform is that every like even like every step is explained in the like simplest like way ever, right? Like for example, if a school teacher like skips a step because assume knowledge, like we don't want to skip that because we know like okay, most kids probably don't know what the middle step is, right? So every question is broken down into like literally the smallest of steps. And he said that um it helped him reduce his like anxiety, like being able to ask Sorty like all these questions helped him reduce his anxiety because in school he's always looked at as the smart kid, so asking any sort of like question makes him come across as dumb, right? So he was scared of asking a question in school, but he was like, I could ask Soti any question without the fear of being judged. And that helped him reduce his anxiety, because it was like, okay, cool, doing consistently well, and seeing that a predicted grade on the portal is like an A. So I know that I'm going to do well on the exam. So that anxiety of not doing well and keeping up was also taken care of, because he could see that, okay, I've solved like 100 questions. I know I'm going to get an A, because like we have a predicted grade system on the platform, but based on how you're studying, you get a predicted grade for your exam, right? So he said, okay, I can see that over time I'm getting like the same grade, so I'm confident in the fact. So what we realized over there was that even kids that are at the top of their class struggle with the same anxiety, with the same fear of failure, right? So I think again it was just validation to the fact that giving a student a personalized learning like tutor is what is creating the deeper impact in like even outcome improvement, right?
And this is such a cool story, right? I think usually when you look at the top of the top in the sense of performance, you assume they should be all good, but even they require help. And what you said is an attestation to the fact that, sort my prep works uniformly. If you're struggling, of course it does, but if you are also somebody who is very confident and is on the top of the game, even then sort my prep could be like a great option to explore
Exactly.
for the student community. So that's that. I also wanted to ask you that a lot of parents worry their child is studying for hours with nothing to show. How does this change that? And also, this ties into the question that, anyways, parents are all worry of the fact that everything is either on the phone or mobile or phone or screen, right? And sometimes people tend to kind of veer off from a tab to another tab, maybe like an Instagram or whatever, right? And there's no trackable metric that they've studied for X hours or Y hours. All you can track is screen time. So how can you sort my prep kind of integrate into, one A, the training part of it, where you can say, hey, you know what, he spent like 6 hours on sort my prep and did this, and this looks like a reasonable metric. And also, like, how will a parent see studying, like, like the child studying and not just whatever, like, just talking to a girlfriend or whatever.
I think this is a very valid question, because when I was in IB, right, I would come back from school and I would sit to study, but I would spend like 4 hours looking for the right resources on Reddit. And Reddit is like a rabbit hole. I find one thread to go for resources, I'll find something else, and I'll spend like 2 hours doing it. I don't realize where the time has gone, right? And my mom would be like, "Oh, Ananya's sitting at a desk and she's studying. Her laptop is open, but there was no studying happening, right?" And we realized that obviously this is a very core concern for parents. Obviously, if you're spending money on an IB education, on a Cambridge education, you want the outcomes that you're spending for, right? So on Sort My Prep, as a parent, you have parental access to your students, to your child's portal, where you can see exactly how many questions they have solved across, like in a subject. You can see what the grade improvement has been over time. So say if I've joined Sort My Prep in the last 2 weeks, I can see that, okay, cool, Ananya has solved 30 worksheets for math AHL. Her grade has gone from like a 5 to a 6, from a 6 to a 7, right? Whatever the grade improvement is. And that is a very trackable metric. Also, obviously, the veering off of tabs is very common, like it happens with us, happens with everyone. So we've installed a feature where essentially, as a parent or as a teacher, you can go into exam mode. So the child can't leave the portal till answers are submitted. So unless like answers submitted and a report, examiner report is generated, the child can't leave the portal, right? So there are options for parents to like install to restrict, like to ensure that the kid is like studying on the portal, right? You can obviously have very measurable metrics: time spent on a subject, number of questions solved, progress over time. So all of that is kept in mind, obviously, and the platform has been built with that in mind. Yeah.
But that's good to know. Like, at least parents can be reassured that they can come and check and track, that sometimes studies are happening or not or whatever, right? That's a huge peace of mind for them. So good to know. Students are usually super low agency and don't study till they absolutely have to. Do they still see the results with last minute learning? How does that work with Sort My Prep?
Yeah, so we know that students are super low agency, right? All of us were students. We all realized like I will not wake up till it's like 1 week before my exams, 2 weeks before my exam, right? So the whole point of the platform is that it's adaptive. So even if I start studying today and my exam is tomorrow, you essentially have to do like a baseline test, right, to see where your fundamental learning gaps are. And Sorti will tell you exactly what to study based on predicted papers. So essentially, the papers that Sorti recommends are based on past exam trend analysis, and it gives you predicted papers. Now, the questions in the predicted papers will also be personalized to you. So, say I struggle with geometry and I struggle with chain rule, right, in calculus. Now, the questions that it gives me, it'll give me super easy questions for chain rule and in geometry. But again, the questions that it gives me are based on the concepts in these topics that are more likely to come tomorrow. So, the entire platform is adaptive based. The whole objective of the platform is to optimize your studying time, right? The point is not to make a kid study for like 8 hours at a stretch so that like and just keep studying on the platform. The point is to optimize their learning time so that they enjoy learning, they get the results they want without like burning out, right? Burnout is very common in the IB, in Cambridge as well, right? But you're managing 100 things. So yeah, so even if I start studying today and my exam is tomorrow, the questions I get will be tailored based on what my learning gaps are and based on what has come before in past papers, so what will come tomorrow. So it gives you very specific, very drilled down questions on what to study. So even if you start studying today, you will get the best results you can.
This, I mean, this is great to hear, but can also be misused terribly because now they'll be like, okay, I don't want to study anymore. Just 1 week before, I'll just go to sort my prep and learn whatever it has to offer. And then, I'll get like, anyways, I'm not getting seven. Like, I mean, just kidding. But it's a great tool, right? Because I think it not only customizes your learning objectives, but also keeps in mind your gaps. So, like one day before the exam, you'll have a very different kind of learning pattern than what you would have 1 week before, than what you would have
Exactly.
like 1 month before. That's essentially what you're trying to tell me, right?
Yeah, exactly. And also Saudi, like the AI tutor, it's empathetic. So the way I ask it questions, right? If I'm so we tracked this actually like in our testing beta phase, we tracked it. We saw that if a kid has an ad math exam day after tomorrow, the language they're using is that just tell me how to solve it. I don't understand. I'm like just tell me how to do it. Like it's very like frantic. You can like pick
Yeah,
up
you
like
can see
the
the panic
stress,
creeping
you can
in.
see the
Yeah.
panic versus a kid who joined us like at the start and had an exam like 10 weeks later. They were like, oh, but why not this? I did this. Why is this wrong? Right? So Sorty itself is empathetic. So the way it explains also, like if it can tell that I'm stressed, it'll explain it to me in like a calming manner, like, okay, chill out, like you're good, right? Like just study this and you'll be fine. But yeah, also to the point of like misuse, I think kids are going learning and study patterns are very difficult to like disrupt, right? So you can't work against them, you have to work with the students, which is what the objective is. And the longer you study on the platform, the better you do. But obviously, you have to go along with the student. You can't pull them in another direction. I think that defeats the purpose.
Absolutely. And I think it's something the student has to own up, right? Like, I mean, you are like 2 or 3 years short of actually going to college. The least you can do is own up and study the way you're supposed to study, not have your parents badger you to study. It's just not
Exactly.
how it should work. At least that's how I look at it.
Yeah, I agree. And so what we've also done, right, to ensure like this, you close the loop of studying, is that teachers can assign questions to you. It gets graded back to them, and exactly what a student is studying is going back to the tutor and to the teacher in real time, right? So a teacher also can track that. Okay, cool. Like after school, my student has done like 4 worksheets. My student hasn't done anything, right? So the agency part is also taken care of the fact that teachers are integrated with the teaching workflow is integrated with the learning workflow. So and parents also have access to what a teacher is making a kid study. So all three stakeholders are kind of taken care of, with obviously the core focus being student learning.
Got it. Got it. So, last 2 or 3 questions before we wrap this up. The whole getting into college thing is getting super expensive. Okay, I mean itself is such an expensive program. Plus, tutoring, like kind of adds up to it. So, if a parent wanted to access or sort by prep, what would a parent have to pay, and when, and why? a question that would arise would be, why should they pay when they're already paying so much? Like IB is so expensive. So what's your take on that? Is this an affordable platform? Would everybody who doesn't even go to the most expensive IB school be able to access it?
Yeah, so it was like I said, right? The point was to make like learning accessible to all. So price points have also been decided with that context. So for an IB kid, you would pay $200 a year for access to all subjects. It works out to about $2 a month per subject, right? Versus like for competition, you would essentially end up paying like other similar platforms. You end up paying 400 $500 a year for access to lesser features, right? For as a Cambridge parent, you would pay $150 a year for access to all subjects, right? Which is again lesser than $2 per month per subject. Tutoring rates are about $100 an hour, right? So I think that
Easy.
yeah. So obviously it was kept in mind. The pricing was made and devised in a way that it becomes accessible to all. And I think to answer your question that parents are already paying so much for the IB, already paying private schools so much, uh, but the thing is, right, that the learning gap still exists. Students are still struggling with performing on exams. So then what do you do? Like you either that's why we work with teachers, right? We essentially work with school teachers, with tutors to integrate this platform into their teaching workflows, into the teaching workflow so the student has access to it along with school. But obviously like a kid still struggles even if you go to the best school, like you still struggle, right? So a kid will always need extra help. And I think the core problems of the fear of being judged, right? Having access to a 24/7 note resolution system. I can ask Saudi anything at any hour of the day, it'll answer me, right? I think those two core problems, no matter how great the school is, no matter how good your teachers are, will never go away. And that is this entire point of like Sort My Prep, right? It's accessible, it's affordable, and like your kid has 24/7 support.
Correct. Of course, you can just go in and kind of check it out. So that's great. One last question. So imagine I'm a parent right now, and I am very very curious, and I like what I'm hearing. What should be my next steps, Ananya, for somebody who wants to sign up like right now today?
Yeah, so it's www.sortmyprep.com, right? You can go on the website, you can register. We have an early bird discount going on, so you would get 30% off on the portal. It's very simple. You make an account, you register, and you have access for the entire year, right? That the link would be in the bio, I'm sure. But yeah.
Awesome. And just on a founder level, any highs, lows while going through the journey of building Sort My Prep? Of course, I know you've just started, you have a long way to go, but just to, kind of tell everybody else how that journey has been, and to inspire the students as well.
Um, So again, right, I think lows, touch wood, have not been too many till now. But I think one of again, right, our highs honestly come from like kids who use the platform and come to us saying that your platform saved my life. So I'll tell you, I was going through Reddit, right, to see, oh, what are kids saying about Sort My Prep, and there was like a post from some girl in the Middle East saying, oh, do I I'm struggling to figure out which platform to use to study. Do I use Save My Exams? Do I use Revision Dojo? Like, what do I use, right? And there was like a recommendation from another kid saying that, oh, there's this new platform called Sort My Prep. Everything that Save My Exams, Exammate charges you for, they give it to you for free, and it's super low. Like the AI tutor is super cool. Like I had a lot of fun like learning on the platform. I think that was like the coolest thing, right? Because even when you do like student interviews, you're asking them, they're sitting in front of you, they obviously have to account for like some bias that they're telling you things that you might want to hear. But this was like a genuine like Reddit conversation, right? It doesn't get more like organic than that. And I was so happy that day. I was like, okay, cool. Like my day has been made. Like what we set out to do is actually happening. But yeah, I was so happy that day.
Awesome, awesome. So, for everybody who is listening to this podcast, of course, seeing it, go ahead if you need help with IB, A levels, and soon, a lot of other curriculums coming in. go to Sort My Prep and check out for yourself. I think it's super affordable, super intuitive, will tailor learnings to your child's needs. And of course, for anything else, you can always reach out to like the support team. I'm sure there's an access to support team as well. And yeah, I mean, I think it's a great platform myself. So Ananya, thank you so much for coming on this podcast. I truly appreciate your time. And any last words before we sign off?
No, thank you for having me. I think it's one of my first ones. I'm was very stoked to be on here. But yeah, like I'm looking forward to like the entire journey and to see how Suriname comes actually improve.
Awesome. So, for everybody, again, sortmyprep.com is the website URL. You will also find this in the description box. Feel free to sign up, feel free to use it and see how it helps you. And of course, I hope it does help you. But for now, this is Rima signing off. From yet another episode of Pathways to the Ivies. We will be coming back with another one, and we will have a lot of kids, a lot of students, a lot of service providers like Ananya give you information in your high school journey. So, thank you so much, and see you next Sunday.